consistently, but like 3 years total of me studying for the LSAT. Yep. Hi y'all, welcome back to my second YouTube video. Yes, thank you so much for subscribing. The number of subscribers is right here. Hopefully, por favor, que sea más de una persona. No mentira. Starting this has been really nerve-wracking because it's so new, and honestly YouTube takes a lot of effort compared to TikTok. If y'all don't know, I'm Legal Mija on TikTok. I'm right here. Now I know what to do because I like know how to edit, so I'm like gonna point everywhere. Okay, I need to really hurry up because I have plans with my date. So let's do this. Get ready with me while I tell ya my whole law school journey, why I decided to go to law school, how that came about, y todo, okay? So what can I say? Primero que todo, I was never the type of person like, oh, I want to be a lawyer when I grow up. I want to... No, this is so out of field for me. Like, honestly, any of my family members, if you had told them, yo, Shirley is going to law school and becoming a lawyer, they would be like, what? That quiet, introverted, shy, with a bad attitude, like who didn't talk to anyone, who still doesn't talk to anyone, is going to law school? It makes no sense. And I still consider myself an introvert, but when I was younger, yo, no habla pa nada. So I went to high school. I just knew my parents, there was an expectation for me to go to college no matter what. It was my parents' dream for me and my sister to go to college and to graduate, which thankfully we did. My sister has a master's in social work and I am in law school. So I think they're proud. I think even though sometimes they be coming at us and I'd be like, yo, excuse me, you should be grateful at the daughters you have. Anyway, once I graduated, I knew I had to go to college. I didn't know what to do. I was confused. I was lost. Freshman year of college, I still wasn't sure, but I knew I had to pick a career path, but I didn't know what. So growing up, I was always into history. Like with my dad, we'd always watch the History Channel. We'd always talk about, you know, what happened, and that's something that interests me. So I was thinking, okay, I knew I didn't want to go into a medical field. That never interests me. I knew, and also I was bad at math and science, so it wasn't gonna work out. Business just was never into like that corporate life. Freshman year, pasó, right? And I was still like, what the hell am I gonna do with my life? So there was two paths I was interested. A journalist, a photojournalist, because I was also into photography, and then an English teacher who travels abroad to teach, because I like traveling as well. So it was just these two options, and I thought to myself, what makes more realistic sense, realistic avenue to make money or to just have a career? And I chose the traveling teacher route. So then I was like, okay, I am going to major in English. So sophomore year I majored in English, took all English classes. I took British literature in the 19th century, otras classes, and honestly I was so bored. Yo, I was like, what am I doing? Like one day, cuando estaba caminando a mi carro, creo, when I was walking to my car to the garage, one of my friends, her name is Brooklyn, shout out Brooklyn if you're watching this, and I think we were heading to the garage or we're coming back from the garage to go to class, I don't know what, but I just remember she was talking to me about a political science class, and she was like, you should take it with me, I'm taking it next spring. I knew of political science, but I just didn't know much of it. Just had my mind set on being an English major and becoming an English teacher traveling abroad, that I just never considered anything else, because I was just also scared of just switching up and being wrong. The next spring, tomé la clase, y la clase was about, the class was about communist, revolutionary groups in Latin America. And that was the first time that I sat in a class and I was so interested. I was glued to that class, and we talked about, of course, the FARC, the revolutionary forces. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. I should know that because my mom's Colombian. And I just knew so much about like personal experiences from my family, but I never knew how these movements came about. I never knew how they got violent. I was like, wow, this makes sense. And it kind of just combined also my what I had liked about learning about history and about, okay, what had happened then, to now taking my interest into like learning what is happening now and how are these things coming about, and also just societal changes that should come about but that are not happening. Like, for example, if we had affordable healthcare, if I just became honestly very progressive and very progressive leaning, a light bulb in my head just turned on, honestly, throughout that time. So I told myself, nah, yo, this English major, we not doing this. I'm not interested. I am going to major in political science and I want to make a change, so I'm going to work in politics. I know. So yeah, silly me, I was like, politics is going to help the world. I'm gonna make so much change. I'm gonna be maybe an elected official or a staffer in DC. Lo voy a hacer todo. So I interned at different offices, elected officials offices, and honestamente me di cuenta que it just wasn't for me. No shade to those experiences. I just saw the limitations of the work. It just didn't motivate me at all. So I was like, damn, what am I gonna do now? ¿Qué voy a hacer? My parents me van a matar, right? I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm rushing because I really don't like being late, and I'm going to see my date, as I said. So we're watching the final. I really hope his team wins, Manchester City, because if not, I'm gonna be so devastated. If they do win, I'll put a clip right here of them winning and him celebrating. Not his face though. Chill out. Not his face. Mierda, mi mierda. So I was like, what's gonna happen? I'm a failure. Estoy confundida. And this is, I think this is heading into my junior year. Yes, after that summer. I don't know. I keep forgetting the timeline. If the timeline is wrong, the numbers don't add, I'm sorry. No, this was 2016. I know, because of the 2016 election. And y'all know what happens. A certain sir was running on a very anti-immigrant platform and talking all this stuff about people coming, type of people coming through the border. And that just got me tight, because I'm a daughter of immigrants. My whole family has come here. I'm first generation. I was born here. And honestly, all of what I have is because of the sacrifices of my parents. And y'all know I'm close to my parents. And also I was already like progressive leaning. I had taken classes about politics and understood certain like policy agendas. Did I even put? No. Yo no sé qué estoy haciendo. This is what happens when I'm in a rush. So I was like, nah, this man is wildin'. And I was like, what? How can I? Like, he's gonna enact, if he becomes president, which he did, right? He's gonna enact a whole bunch of anti-immigrant policies that are gonna impact so many people in such a negative way, which he did, right? How can I be a change in this? How can I really be active in this? And that's when I decided to go to law school. I decided to go to law school my junior year of college, I'm pretty sure, yeah. And then I applied for this fellowship to work at a legal organization. And I got in, thank God. That following summer, I interned. It was my first legal experience. I interned at a nonprofit, a legal nonprofit. And yeah, it kind of confirmed to me. Also, what I really loved about this nonprofit was, this was summer of 2017. What I really loved is that it was a very diverse nonprofit, and I saw attorneys who looked like me, who were from New York City. And by the way, I'm from New York City, so all of my internships mostly were in the city. So yeah, so 2017. So my junior year ends, right? We're heading into my senior year, And I'm graduating a semester early, by the way. So I graduated December of 2017. Ese verano, summer of 2017, right before my senior year, I was like, I gotta take the LSAT. We just gonna go. Like tenía todo un plan, which is so funny to think about, right? Tenía todo un plan. I am going to take the LSAT summer of 2017. I graduate December of 2017. I take a semester kind of off, maybe, of course, to work, because I needed to work. And then I'll go to law school fall of 2018. I'm laughing because I was really just so confident. And it's because I think I had overall good grades in college. I just, it was a struggle at first. Just briefly, it was a struggle in college because I didn't really know how to write. I just wasn't prepared, so I went to a writing center and I just got a groove of things. I went to office hours, so I really felt like, wow, like I work hard, I'm hardworking, I get results, like I'm gonna take the LSAT and I'm gonna pass it or whatever, get a good enough score. The LSAT really no mentira. But it did. I had so many breakdowns. That exam was just doing the most. I had never taken an exam so difficult, and to this day I think that the LSAT was just so confusing. And so it took me, like, seriously, a total of 3 years total of me studying for the LSAT. Yep. Because I had graduated December of 2017, and you need to apply, by the way, like a year early and then enter law school that following year. So I already knew, because I wasn't getting the LSAT score I wanted by fall of 2017, that I wasn't gonna enter law school of fall 2018. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna work, because somebody needs to pay rent, I need to pay my loans, I have responsibilities. No podía tomar tiempo to like focus on the outside. I didn't have that privilege. So I worked. My first job after law school was a temporary paralegal position at an immigration law firm. Now we're heading into post-college era, surely. That was my first job, and honestly, you know, it wasn't the direct immigration work I wanted at the time. Like, I really wanted to do what I wanted to do, right? Be kind of in the movement, working towards like really helping immigrants through the Trump era. So working at this big fancy law firm just wasn't what I wanted. So I changed jobs. Then I went to work as kind of like a it was like a little bit of organizing and then an intake person for this small nonprofit. What I did was essentially we had an attorney come in, and I would just do the screening. Like, I would tell the people who are walk-ins, like, okay, fill out this form, like, what are you gonna tell the attorney, what kind of case is it. I was just doing the screening for the attorney. That grant ended. We didn't get that money again. It wasn't renewed. So I wasn't gonna do, if I stayed at that organization, I wasn't gonna do immigration related work, which I was like, what's the point? Because I just wanted to be an immigration attorney. And I continued studying for the LSAT, so I went to another job. Then I worked as a hotline paralegal for this big organization, a nonprofit legal service provider. I think the largest of New York City. I stayed there for about a year. The pandemic hit, so you could just imagine how stressful that was. And be a hotline paralegal, honestly, really just like challenged me in so many ways. If you've worked at a hotline, you would know picking up calls all day is just exhausting. But shout out to the people who do it, because I've been there. It taught me about so many practice areas, and this is where my interest in trust and estates work occurred, because I was like, damn, a lot of people are just unprepared, and a lot of people just need help maybe preparing if they were to pass away, unfortunately, because of the pandemic. So yeah, but I was still like so into like doing immigration work. So I decided to transfer internally within that organization to an immigration unit, and then I became basically an immigration paralegal. And then I did that until my first year of law school. So yes, I basically took 3.5 years from December of 2017 to entering law school August of 2021. So make that timeline. I got say timeline. I think it's 3.5 years, right? Do you recommend taking a gap year before law school? 100% yes, 100%, because this is where working in the legal field has really allowed me to say, like, number one, I want to do this. I could do this. I've worked alongside attorneys. I've gotten mentorship from attorneys. I know how the work is. It's stressful. It's long hours at times. But this is what I want to do. So 100%. I even have like an Instagram post on my Instagram about how my paralegal experience particularly has helped me in law school. I have become a greater writer. I know what it is to work at a law firm. I learned how to network. It's just so many benefits. So if you ever think if the LSAT's holding you back, something else is holding you back, don't think of it as holding you back, because honestly, it was the greatest thing that could happen to me, because I really learned so much about myself, my capabilities. I've matured because of my gap years. So yeah, I entered law school fall of 2021. I was working full-time as a paralegal, entering law school as an evening student, and that is my journey, y'all. I don't have any regrets. If anything, I wish I wasn't that hard on myself. I wish I would have told myself everything was gonna be okay, because look at where I'm at. I'm thriving. I feel like I've done well in law school. The second question that I missed, I'm gonna tell you right now. Hold up. What qualities stand out to you the most in a person in both friendships and relationships? This was my favorite question, by the way. One of my favorites. I feel like in friendships, honestly, is how a person makes me feel after I've met them, after I've hung out with them. I go based on aura. That has been such a good, reliable source in terms of me becoming friends and really having close friends. I don't have that many friends, and I don't have that many close friends. I'm just very private, and even though I have a public cuenta, but I'm private in the sense of when people really get close to me. Like, honestly, I could count on one hand the amount of close friends I have who know about like my day-to-day, who I chill with maybe regularly every other month. I don't have that many friends. And this is not because this is deliberate. It's just because I have a good circle. Like, I really do. I don't need that many people in my life. So good aura, how they make me feel after I hung out with them. And yeah, I think those are the qualities that I look for in friendships. In relationship, ooh, girl, yo tengo un checklist, no mentira. I feel like I'm extra picky when it comes to relationships, because ain't nobody trying to get played. If you coming into my life, come corrected, come worshiping me, come being obsessed with me, come respecting me, come supporting me, because I already have everything in my life. Like, I have such a great family support. I have close friends who are so supportive of me, who knew me before TikTok, before any of my accounts, and have always supported me. And I have this platform. I have my career, of course. Like, I have so many things going for me. So if you're coming into my life, you better be an addition. You can't be coming to ruin it, because I don't have time for that, and I will block you. So anyways, there's so many criterias, but what I look for is, of course, aura, help, and how they make me feel after I hung out with them. That's like threshold. And then also, if they support me, if they're not intimidated by me. They have to be a generous person. They have to also, like, because I've been going out a lot, and I love to go out now more than ever, and I love to dance. You have to know how to dance. You have to be funny. You have to, like, my sister has to like you. All these things. Yo, I put so much blush as always. So yeah, that's my criteria. And honestly, not a lot of people could fit those criterias, and that's fine, because I live a very fulfilled life, to be honest. Right now, have everybody that I want in my life. Okay, I have like 25 minutes, so All right, y'all, I'm getting ready to go out. I am done and about. Oh, please, please, please subscribe, please, please. So the next video, the subscriber count will be higher, and if I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll give you more cheese man, okay? Yes, I'm gonna hold ya to it. No, I'm kidding. So wish me luck. This is my little outfit. It's so cute. Once again, los quiero mucho, and thank you so much for all the support. Ciao.